A very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you all are enjoying all the classes, and nice to see you guys responding and answering all the questions that are being asked. I would like to read all the questions one by one, but before I start today's class, right, I would like you to see the answer of the question that you had asked me, that I had asked, not you. Okay, let's get started with the string. All right, so we said we wanted to change the characters. I said, for example, I will take right, name is equivalent to Naveed, right? So, and now can I change it? No, strings cannot be changed. I repeat, I'll write it down here. Right, so I will print so that you remember. Strings in Python are immutable. Immutable means which cannot be changed, right? You cannot change the state of the value inside a string because strings in Python are immutable. Right, so you have to remember this for entire life. And the second thing that we saw and we learned in the previous lecture was list. And list, I will print list in lists. What am I doing? Lists in Python are mutable, right? So these are two things that you need to remember for your entire life. We cannot change the state of a string once it has been declared and defined. We cannot change the state. And we can change lists since lists are mutable in Python, right? So let me read some of your comments and let's see what you guys are telling. I'll go straight to my YouTube channel and I'll say, no, we cannot replace Muzaffar Loan. We cannot replace a character in a string in this way. In this way, maybe there is some other way. And if we want to replace, let's create another string. So you're talking of creating another string, so that doesn't suffice, right? So that doesn't fulfill the need of an R, which was changing the current string. That means we cannot. Okay, fine, thanks for answering. Tried it. My name 0 is equivalent to K shows an error. String does not support item assignments. Yes, string does not support item assignments because it is what? It is immutable. And someone, Ilahi Amir, absolutely correct. Is just I just maybe went through his answer and answered it, right? So strings are immutable in Python, so you cannot change their characters in place or characters anywhere, or maybe anything in the string cannot be changed because they are immutable. Yes, showing error. Shafat Majid Mir. Okay, if we replace it using this, yeah. Type error, str does not support item assignments. Yes, it does not support item assignments because it's mutable. As we can change it, as I have done it, my string, for example, I am Afadar, replace. Okay, you're using dot replace. So for example, if I say name dot replace, is that what you're using? Name dot replace? Yeah, you're using the same, right? And you're using the old and the new one, right? So for example, if I say I want to replace n with n, right, and then if I hit enter, I get Naveed, right? Or maybe I have done it wrong, so I'll say name dot replace, find the small n and replace it as that of with capital N. You can see now replace is returns, right? It takes two parameters. Replace takes two parameters. One is the replaceable, what you have to replace, the character that is meant to be replaced, and second, replace with. So this is what to replace and what to replace with. And you can see that the small n is replaced with n. So but if you again print name, so you are going to get small, right? So that doesn't mean you have changed this. Now you can see if I again print name, I'll still get Naveed without capital N, right? So what is happening here? You are the replace function returns a new string, right? So it creates a new string. It is going to be like this: name is equivalent to NAVEE D, right? So I am, since it's a variable, I am creating another variable, and then if I say name, so it's going to return me name. So replace function does not change the state of a string. It does not change it, right? It replaces because it returns a new string. That means there are going to be two variable definitions then, right? So it item assignment is, this is not item assignment, this is a new string, right? Okay, try replacing a character in the list. Yeah, lists are mutable, as I said already. Jahangir Wani, right? You're absolutely right. Sometimes you put the terminator and print something, and sometimes you don't put. It's basically once you are in habit of handling too many programming languages like Java is there, C is there, right? Embedded, I am more into that. So what we call that in Hindi, aadat se majboor. But you should avoid terminating statements, as it's not a preferable and it's not recommended in Python. So need not to terminate. For example, if I say print, let's say about name, and I terminate it, right? So it's going to give me the same thing. And if I again say print name without terminating, it's going to give me the same thing. So this is habit, and this is the actual thing that you should try in Python. Need not to terminate strings. Well watched, Muzaffar Loan. You are very attentive. Keep it up. Zad bin Farouk tried, but error occurred. Yeah, error is going to occur, Zad, because strings are immutable. No, sir, in strings, object does not support item assignments. Yes, that's what your compiler has, or maybe the Python interpreter has responded back to you. It does not, because they're, immutable. Azhar is doing attendance. Azhar, Mir, you are supposed to answer. Bek Tariq. So we cannot do attendance in here, as we have already forwarded you the link. So all the attendances are going to be taken from that link, right? So we are going to give 3 days, and all those who are not present within 3 days will be removed, and we shall continue. We require as less, a handful of people to do it, so it should be beneficial. If we are training and teaching you guys, right, only the guys who are getting benefited are benefiting us. Those who are not getting benefited are by no means benefiting us, right? So let me go back to the class, right? So this is now, I hope I've been able to make you guys understand about mutable and immutable. So today we'll start a new class, right? And I may require for that MS Paint, just to define things that you do not understand using ideally, right? So let's start with nums, let's start with lists and see how lists are mutable, right? Is that understood? So let's say as I said, nums is equivalent to, now I am creating an integer type list, 10, 20, 30, 40, right? So nums, if I say print nums, so I'm getting 10, 20, 30, 40 as usual, nothing new. Right, let us create again now let's see whether we can change the state right here. Right, whether item assignment is supported here or not. I can say nums.append. What append does, right? You can see if I say I want to append, let's say 50, right? Now if I append 50 and I say nums, you can say it is appended at the end. So append will always put character or integer or any kind of value, right? When append is used with list, it will put any kind of value at the end of the list, right? So that is what append will do for you. Okay, and I will print this so that you understand. Append puts values in the, or we can say append will add, right, value at the end element of the list, right? So this is what we have to print. Append will add value at the end element of the list. What is element? As I said, element, this is 0th element, this is first, this is second, this is fourth, and this is fifth. Now when I say append, it has added it, right? And now you see, because it has assigned a new list. If I do nums, like you see, you're getting a new list. Replace was not giving us that, right? Replace was giving a new string when you print thereby. But if you then print the original one, so original one, it had the same string without any change. So that's what is, item assignment. So item assignments are purely possible in lists because they are immutable, right? Lists are mutable, that we can change. Immutable is something that we cannot change, and mutable is something that we can change. So lists are mutable. And we can say we have another function in lists. I can say insert nums dot insert. For example, I can insert takes two parameters. Now you can say it takes the object and the preceding arguments of position. Where do you want to insert the preceding position? We have position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll say position 2. Insert on position 2, let's say about 70. Right? So I'm inserting at position 2 the number 70. So now if I print nums again, now 0, 1, and 2. Right? You can see there was 0, 1, 2. Second position had 30. Now second position is having 70, and 30 has been pushed forward. And this is what insert does. What is the difference between append and insert? Append will append the character or string or any number at the end of the list, and then insert is going to take two arguments where the insert takes position and the value that has to be inserted, right? And can we remove? Yeah, nums dot remove, because it is it is mutable. Lists are mutable, we can remove them as well. For example, I want to remove 70, nums dot remove. So I'll say nums, it's no longer there, it's been removed, right? And second thing, this is remove by value, right? So what is this? Remove by value. You have to give the name of the value, or you have to type the exact value. If it's string, then exact string. If it is value, then exact value. You have to type so that it is removed. So that means this is removing by the value, removing by value. Now let's say removing by index. Can we remove by index? Yeah, we can remove by index, and for that we have to pop out. Pop means take it out, marks preceding arguments as position. So now it's by the index. I want to pop out, let's say 0, 1, 2. I want to pop out 2 means I want to pop out from the list 2. If I say, you can see that 30 is being popped out. So if I say nums, 30 is being popped out, and now you have only 4 values remaining. Now what we have seen so far? Append, we have seen insert, we have seen remove, we have seen pop, right? Pop is popping it out. And yeah, if you want to delete multiple numbers, you can still delete multiple numbers. For example, I want to delete from 2 to, I want to delete all multiple numbers after 2, everything. So let's say what del, nothing. So I have to type it. So I will say delete, and my list is in nums. I'll say 2, and whatever follows 2, delete it. So now if I say nums again, it has only 20. Now after 2, everything is deleted. 0, 1, 2. 2 and 3 is being deleted. You said after 2 delete all. So that's what it does. It's been able to delete all the things. So let me insert it again. Nums is equal to list which contains 10, 20, 30, 40. Let me write more this time so that you guys understand. Okay. And if I echo nums, I get nums. And okay, let's say because Python has a power of inbuilt libraries. Python is the lightest and the lightest software ever available, right? It's very light. You can download it, 25 MB. It took you 25 MB to download, and see the magic right here. Other programming languages are as that of 1 GB, 2 GB, 700 MB, 800 MB, yet they cannot perform the tasks we are able to perform using Python. And one of the greatest examples, and Python is lighter, but it contains huge set of libraries. Right, so Python leads in libraries. Like we have for data analytics, we have pandas, we have NumPy, we have matplot, and we have Seaborn for visualizations and many things, pre-built libraries, right? And still we have some pre-built functions here which work with lists. Let's say min. I want to get the minimum number which is present in nums. Will you please tell me the minimum number? Please tell me which one is the minimum. I suppose 10 is the minimum. Yeah, 10, right? So you're getting answer. The minimum is 10. If I can use minimum, I can use maximum. Show me the maximum number, 10. Okay, why am I saying 10? Nums. Okay, we know that maximum is 80. What is the sum of all the numbers? Do it like a pro. Please count. 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 60 plus 70 plus 80 is how much? I don't know. Let the Python do my work. 360 exactly. If you don't believe me, start counting and start calculating it right now. Okay, now if you want to sort, let's say about nums dot sort. It's already sorted, but in case if it's not sorted, it's going to automatically sort it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So in case if we are having nums is equivalent to like this, 20, 40, 10, right, and 30, and then 50, 70, 80, 60. Oh god, I can write this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, oh, it's right. Yeah, I can write these things. So if I say num, so we are getting haphazard manner. So if I say nums dot sort, I need the sorted value of num. So it's function. Function is something that takes these parentheses, opening and closing. If I say nums, now we can say num has been sorted. It's only possible, the data manipulations, the list manipulations here and there, sorting, appending is only possible when things are mutable. If they are immutable like strings, so then we'll have to apply string manipulation in some other way, maybe create a new string like replace was doing, and some other ways, more different ways and much better ways. There are also those ways are also possible. So we have seen lists, we have seen integers, we have seen variables, we have seen strings, and now we will see a tuple. So tuple is similar to lists, but yeah, now tuple has a difference. Now list starts with this square bracket, and the tuple starts with this round bracket, right? These are called as parentheses. Now I can say tuple is equivalent to, or we can say tuple, tup is equivalent to 21, 22, 36, 14, 25, whatever number. I just type the random number. So if I echo and print tuple 21, 22, 36, 14, 25. Alright, so now one of the best things about tuple, please remember, print, right, is immutable. So tuples in Python are immutable. They are not mutable. Means we can, okay, what spelling? I'm very worse at spellings at times because I don't see what I am typing, because I just type the keyboard without even watching the screen. So at times it happens. Tuples in Python are immutable, means we cannot change the value of tuples, right? Yeah, but we can do something like this. And you may ask me, why do we require tuples when we have lists, right? Why do we require things to be immutable, at times mutable? There are many things that you will not understand right now, but yeah, I'll give you a hint. For example, if you're retrieving something from the database, like the amount of money, if you're making a banking software and you need to retrieve the amount of money I have taken, so I have taken the money. Once I'm retrieving my statement cannot be changed, right? So once I'm retrieving data at that moment in time, I don't want anyone to change it, right? Otherwise bank records may get disturbed and may provide some wrong data while tallying it. So that is a certain case, and now other cases are also there. You may find many cases wherein we have to use tallies, right? We have to use tuples, right? But we can do similar things that we used to do with list. For example, if I say give me the index, so this index, what is this? I'm calling the index. Index is again as similar to list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I say please give me 0th, so I'm getting 21. At position element number 0 is 21, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as similar to list that we were doing. So there's no other, there's no difference at all, right? Despite the fact that mutable and immutable difference is always there. Now can I do this item assignment again? Tuple 0 is equivalent to instead of 21, 10, right? No, we'll not be able to do it. So if I say nums 0 is equivalent to 10, so we were able to do it. Why nums? Now we are taking nums 0 position has 10. I can change it because nums is a list. Nums position 0 will now have 20, so 120. Okay, let's see. Nums is now 120. Now tuple, tup, if I do tup position tup at position 0 will now take 120. No, and the same error you used to get for string assignments. Object does not support this item assignment, so tuple will not support. So I didn't say tuple. The interpreter and Python is responding back and saying, hey programmer, you all are programmers now, right? So Hey programmer, tuple is something which is meant to display values without even changing. You cannot change the values once assigned, making tuples immutable. And what else can we do with tuples? Let me see. We can do, yeah, we can run many different things. Let's say about tuple. Yeah, all the things that we saw using using lists. We can do all the things right here. So let me start with another thing, which is set, right? So set is a keyword, so I'll say set, S-E-T-T. I'll use double T only because it's a keyword, so maybe it's something defined, or I can say S, no problem. Variable name can be anything. I can say S is equivalent to, right? S is equivalent to set. Now set takes curly braces. Always remember, we have seen, I'll tell you this, we have seen, I'll say print. Okay, let me print it for you. So we have seen these braces are for list, right? And what we have done, we have seen these braces are for tuple, and curly braces are for set, right? So this I can print. This is for list, this is for tuple, and this is for sets. Okay, let's define set. S is equivalent to, now same, it takes curly braces. We'll say 10, 20, 40, 30, 50, 70, 60, and I print S and I get the value, right? And we have something here that is very, very important that we'll have to understand, right? Now, why do you go for tuple? I'll go for tuple when we do not want value change to happen, since we do not change values in tuples. So iteration tuple is faster than list, right? So now iteration means when you go and count 1, 2, 3, you know it has to process. So processing in tuples is much faster than tuples are faster than list, because there is no item change supported, right? So that's the second reason I forgot to tell you tuples are faster than lists that we can use. And now set is a collection of unique elements. We can have many elements, right? But one of the major differences about set is it never follows any sequence. Now you can see this here. I set 10, 20, 40, 30, 50, 60, 70, right? And now the sequence 70, 40, 70 was at here at position number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Position number 5 is displayed once, and position number 2 is displayed here. Position number 0 is displayed here. Position number something is displayed here. So it is haphazard. So I am going to again print this for you, right? So set never FOLLOWS follows. So set is not going to follow any sequence at all. So you need to remember this for the rest of your life, that set is there, but set is not going to follow any sequence at all. It does not support sort, right? But random orders are possible there. Set uses the concept of hash, and we use it to improve the performance. That is why, right, it uses speed, not sequence. And now set is more faster than list, and set is also faster than tuple. Now why is set faster than tuple? Because tuple may take some time to sort, because tuple displays values in proper order, whereas set will never display them in proper order, making set more faster than a tuple, right? And indexing is not supported when we do not follow sequences, so indexing is not supported as well. For example, if I say set 0, right? So someone has found a pin for me, hip hip hooray. And now we can say set object is not a subscriptable. Now you cannot do indexing like we were able to do in tuple. I said tuple 0, it displayed, what was tuple? No, it was tuple, T-U-P-L-E. When I said display tuple 0, it displayed tuple 0. I just don't remember. What was the variable name for tuple? It's TUP, sorry. My mistake, TUP. Please display TUP 0. I got 21. And list, what was the name of that list? Nums. So if I say nums 0, it displayed nums 0, or maybe nums 1. Now if I say display set 1 or set 0. It's throwing an error. Why is it happening? It's happening because indexing, right? 1 2 3 4 means indexing. Indexing is not supported. Why isn't it supporting? When there is no sequence. So I will say print, since we do not have right, or since set does not follow sequence, right, making indexing impossible. So I'm printing it to due for you, since that does not follow sequencing, right, or sequence, making indexing possible. So indexing is not possible because we do not follow any particular sequence right here, right? So someone is calling me. Give me a second. I'll be back for you. Just 1 second. All right. So we were at this, sets. So sets, they do not follow sequencing, making indexing possible. Now the question is same. Why do we use sets, and why do we require tuples when we have lists? Why do we require sets when we have lists and tuples? Right. So it all depends on the requirements, because once you convert, because we are not learning programming just for the sake of learning programming, right? We're learning programming to develop softwares, and then machine learning to develop efficient softwares, right? So it all depends on the need and requirement of the day and your business logic, what you want to achieve on a particular day with a particular problem that's been given to you by your company or by anyone that you are developing software for, right? So it depends on needs and requirement. But since we have all the tools at our disposal, so we can use them at any moment in time when required. All right. So now let us case. Okay. Let me show you something else regarding integer. So go back to int. These were some data structures, rather some essential data structures in Python. Now let's see integer manipulations. We have many, but we'll see. And now let's say about we have num, it takes 5. If I display num, it has 5. You already know that, right? But if I say ID of the num, so this is something very unique in Python. If I say give me an ID of num, what exactly is this ID? Okay, something has gone wrong. Something gone wrong. So I'll say ID of num. Give me ID of num, and you can see the ID of num is right here, right? So in case of let's say about, okay, I'll give you another thing. I'll tell you another thing so that you understand it in a very nice manner. And let's say about name is equivalent to FAHIM, right? So now if I print ID of name, now we have different ID of name and different ID of string variable. So both the variables have different IDs, right? So now in case we want to change something, right? So this is how we get an ID. For example, why am I showing you this? Because it's very important. I need you to be very attentive here. If A is equivalent to 10 and B is equivalent to A, now please tell me A is equivalent to 10, right? And B is equivalent to A. Now A takes 10 is assigned to A and A is assigned to B. A already has 10, okay? Now if I print A, I get 10. If I print B, I get 10, right? So because of the logic says that, okay? But now see the memory distribution in Python. These are memory location addresses, right? Where in the memory, right, you have stored them, right? So I'll give you the definition, for example, right? There are two instances in a variable life cycle, right? So I'll show you. Let us consider this to be your RAM. Why do you call this RAM? Right? RAM is random access memory, right? And this is a random access memory is always volatile memory, all right? So it is basically designed not to store but to remember, but to memorize. Like for example, if I give you pen, I tell you to take the pen and store it inside your pocket. Now you have taken the pen and stored it inside the pocket. But now when I tell you take out your pen, I'll not tell you take out your pen from your pocket. No, take out your pen. Where do you take your pen out from? Right? You will take it out from the pocket. And how do you know pen is in the pocket? Because you have memorized it. So memory, and this kind of memory, and now maybe you have taken, you want to erase this memory. Now you have taken the pen and kept it inside right pocket. Next time you may keep it inside left pocket. So this memory becomes volatile. Maybe today you may run, a media player when you start your computer. Memory is allocated for your media player. Tomorrow you may not run a media player. You may run, let's say, about an audio player for video, and then DVD player for DVD. Microsoft Word, and next time when you start you may run Excel. So you don't your softwares that you run for once requires memory, and that memory is temporarily allocated inside RAM. And since softwares are designed using variables also, so there are softwares, if you put Microsoft Word, there are tons and tons of variables which are declared. That's why you require good amount of memory storage, right? So that the applications and the softwares that are installed, they run smoothly. For example, if I say a, or if I declare int a, integer b, and I don't assign values here, right? So this is called declaration. Now if I say int a is equal to 10, or let me not say int, let's say a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 10, or let's say b is equal to 20. Now what is going to happen the moment you do this? 10 allocates memory inside a variable, gets memory, and then you get a memory allocated for all the variables. For example, declaration a gets memory allocated and b gets memory allocated inside your RAM. And now when you say a is equal to 10, 10 is assigned to a in the RAM, and 20 b is assigned by 20, or 20 is assigned to b in the RAM. Now once now see what happens. So now let's say about this RAM has a particular address, right? Because memory, what we have in memory, we have addresses. Each memory location that you are occupying will give you a certain address. In our case, we are having, for example, this address for A, and let's say about this address is for B, just for the sake of class and understanding, right? So each and every memory allocation which you have allocated gives you a new address. But what we are doing now, right now, let me show you this. Now this is the magic of Python, and believe me, this is not available in other languages, so this is specifically Python. And if I say give me, now how many variables you have? A is equal to 10 and B is equal to A. Now we have declared two variables, A and B. Now if I say A, give me an ID of A, hey please. I get an ID of A which is absolutely different, and you can see second variable gives you a second memory location. But if I say give me ID of B, and you can see both are having same IDs. Now why is it? Do I have to print anything? Yes. Now I'm required to print for you guys, right? So in case of Python, when we create multiple variables, so in case of Python, when we create multiple, right? So in case of Python, when we create multiple variables, and if the variables create multiple variables, and if the value of variables, right, if the value of variables is same, I repeat, if the value of variables is same, then both the variables will point right to the same memory address, right? So means, I'll print it again, means, right? So it means Python is more memory efficient, right? So I'm printing it here. Now let me show you again what we have done. A takes now A has value 10. Now when I assign this A to B, that means B also has 10, right? So A and B are having the same value, right? If in case of variables, you can see I'm getting the address. We get address by typing ID. ID gives the address of the memory location. So now in case both value, in this case, both A and B are having the same value, right? So now if the value is same, no second memory is allocated. You get reference of same memory allocation, right? You can see A has 10 and has allocated the same memory, and it's at the same time, and no new memory is allocated for B because it contains same value. And now you can see both are pointing towards the simple direction, which is not the case if I say A is let's say about D is equivalent to 20 and E is equivalent to 80, right? And if I say ID of D, I get different. If I say ID of E, I get absolutely different right here. Now 119438, now you can see it's here 8336 and 6416. So we're getting absolutely two different IDs, which was not the case here. We got similar IDs. Remember this in case of Python, when we create multiple variables and if the value of variable is same, both the variables will point to the same memory location. It means Python is more memory efficient, hence proven. Right, and it is already proven. Okay, now if I say oh, it's already seen. Now what else is defining? Yeah, there are some more functions which are available in maths. For example, pi is a function which is available. If I say pi, no, it's not a function available. Let me show you this. If I say pi is equal to 3.14, which is pi, the value of pi is 3.14. We know that if I say pi, I get 3.14. Now if I say type, I need to get the type of pi. Which type is this pi variable of? I get it is of type float, right? If I say val is equivalent to 10, and I say type of val, which type is val of, and what is the type of val, and we get it is of type int. If I say name is equivalent to NAVEED, Naveed, what is the type of name variable? It is str, means it is string. So these are the features and the functions which are available. Let me check the time for you. We still have some good amount of time. Okay, and now you need to remember these things for the rest of your life. And please, I am asking you the question and you need to reply, since the dogs, they start barking again. Whenever I ask question, they start barking. I don't know they like me questioning you. Maybe you like them, right? You like my questions, and I want, look, it's all about R&D and research and development, right? It's not about what I am teaching you and training you for, because your instructor knows how to make you, because you're in your case, if you are a blank paper, now once a blank paper is produced in front of the instructor, he starts writing over it. So he knows what to do, when to do, what to give, and when to give. And I do not want that dull and lazy response from the rest of the students who are watching the video and yet not commenting down their answers, right? So do not discourage. Always encourage your instructor to teach you more better and much better logic. And for that, you have to respond, each and every one of you who views, you have to respond with proper answers. And even if I have not taught you those questions that I'm going to ask you, right? So even if I have not taught you, maybe I may require you to do your research, and then tomorrow when you come and do your research and then learn the same lesson again, you may get it in a better way. Right? So you need to understand that we have our goal set up for you guys, right? And we never know when this COVID-19 ends, so we want to utilize it up to the extent possible under us, and we are with you, helping you, and you need to also respond back very positively, right? And your positiveness is always appreciated, and we shall be as usual, as always, we shall be taking up your questions, and each and every single advice which is put in front of us, we will expedite, and we will live up to the expectations possible under our extent, right? So the question for today is, I am going to print the question right here, and we are going to elongate the sessions slowly and steadily, but since I know we have few students, few not maximum students who have just started from the scratch. I don't want to create that sort of disbelief in them, so that when I rush and they do not get time, maybe they do not understand, because it requires good amount of practice. So I want to give them good amount of time, ample amount of time, so that they can practice. And once we are familiar, we'll carry on with the pace and maybe increase the pace, and by that time no one would question that the pace is slow or pace is normal. What I have done from yesterday, I've just hit the throttle by 20%. Maybe it requires to be pushed more forward, but in the near future, right? And the question for today is, what are data types? I have already answered partially, not fully, right? And list all, right, data types, right, in Python. Now I have taught you there are many. I have taught you only string is there, list is there, tuple is there, set is there, right, and rest you have to tell me, right, right, and please tell me. You'll have to give me at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so, and 9. You have to give me a list of 9 data types which are present, right? What are the data type, and list all the data types available, or maybe data types in Python means available in Python, right? And then what we are going to do, we are going to now start manipulating, or we are going to start data type manipulation slowly and steadily from tomorrow. Until then, bye bye, take care of yourself, and do answer, do comment, and do your research, right? And I shall be content, and I'll be waiting for your answers eagerly, and very eagerly. Bye bye, take care.